Hey y'all, today we are here with RaeLynn, who is releasing her new EP, Baytown. But RaeLynn, first I gotta ask you, how has your quarantine been?
My quarantine has been awesome. I've just been spending a lot of time with my husband, which I absolutely love, and prepping for this record. I honestly have never been more excited to release a body of work that I just feel like is really going to show another layer of my just artistry and music. And naming it Baytown was just like honestly the icing on top of the cake. Like to be able to talk about where I'm from and it to resonate in the music that I'm putting out is so cool.
Yes, Baytown, Texas. So how did growing up there shape you and shape this EP and your music that you're doing now?
Well, I feel like we're all a product of where we came from. And I think for me, it shaped my morals. It shaped my spunkiness. It shaped my just want to be a good person and to do things for other people besides myself and to think outside of the box. Baytown is very much it has so many different kinds of people live there. It's not your average Texas town, and I think it's super cool to be proud of where you came from and to be proud of like your journey there. And so I love that people can see that with this.
Sure. Something I love about this EP is it's 6 songs, and I feel like you managed to hit like every mood with them. Like you've got a little bit sad songs going on, like you've got a party song, there's a love song, you've kind of got everything. So talk about like choosing the songs to put on there.
I honestly just wanted it to be a journey. Like I said, to be honest, I'm like, if you want to understand what it's like to be with me for a day, just listen to this EP. We're going to talk about your love life. We're going to talk about Jesus. We're going to talk about having a good time. We're definitely going to have a few drinks. And then we're all going to go to bed and sleep in and then start all over the next day. Like this record really hits on every aspect of my personality and things that I've gone through. And I I love that we didn't lose the songwriting aspect in this EP. Like, even though I love to have a good time and you feel that and like Still Smoking and Judging of Jesus and Bra Off and Keep Up, you have those songs like Fake Girl Town and Me About Me that go straight to the heart and what Nashville's about and the songwriting. And I always go back to that because that's the reason why I wanted to get into country music was because of real songs. And that's why I wanted to have that, it touch on that part of it too.
And one of the songs on there that really stood out to me personally from songwriting was Me About Me. Like I heard that and I was like, oh, she just did that to me. Like, oh my God. And
Oh my
you released an acoustic version too. So I imagine that fans must have been loving it as well for you to release that.
They have we knew exactly that we knew that we had wanted to do an acoustic version once we put it out because it was just resonating so much, and then we wanted it to get placed in those acoustic playlists because it's such a great song with just guitar. And it's so funny because I love the fact that it's relating to so many people. I feel like Me About Me, like I just got a message from a fan that said that it was about her friend. She felt like her best, like somebody that she thought was her best friend never asked her about herself. And I'm just like, isn't that amazing? Like, it doesn't even have to just be about a relationship. It can be about like a romantic relationship. It can be about a friendship. And there's so many times where you feel that way. And so I love that. Thank you for saying that. I love that you related to it and loved it.
For sure. It's something you said that last time we spoke has stuck with me. You said that when an artist has like really found their sound, you can't picture anybody else singing their songs.
Uh,
What is it about the songs on Baytown that make them like so RaeLynn that nobody else could sing them?
I honestly just think it's the boldness and the way that I write and the way that I say the things that I do. Like, I don't know of another artist that would say, if you go to church in a cheetah dress, like, I mean, maybe somebody does go to church in a cheetah dress, but I feel like when you're writing from your own experience, like, and you're like what you've gone through, it's going to be hard for somebody else to sing it because they're not writing it from that perspective. And so that's what makes me so excited just to have a record like Baytown because I'm really touching on that aspect of like honing in on my uniqueness and being unapologetic for it.
Yeah. And then what do you want people to know about you as a person after listening to the EP?
I want people just to see a little deeper into my heart and to realize that I'm very lighthearted. I care about music. I care about my fans, and I care about just being proud of where I'm from and being proud of my story and being proud of my journey. I never take for granted anything that I've learned in these last 10 years almost of living in Nashville, because every step of the way has brought me to the woman I am today. And I feel like when you embrace that, you just find so much more happiness in the future, and you just get excited about every little thing.
Speaking of your journey, I just saw that video you posted. You were 16 and singing Miley Cyrus, See You Again. Let me tell you how much I was obsessed with that song in high school. I was like, ooh, oh my God. But what would you tell that 16-year-old girl right now?
I would tell that 15-year-old girl, first of all, the funniest part about that video is Leslie. So Miley's friend that, my best friend, Leslie. Yeah. So I know Leslie now. And so when I first met Leslie and I heard that was written about her, I started laughing. I said, I don't know where this video is, but I took a video and I said, my best friend Leslie said, oh, she's just being Rachel, which is my real name, RaeLynn. And so I told her that when I first met her, and she's like, oh, okay, whatever. I think she thought it was kind of weird. But then I found it, and I'm like, I told you, Leslie, and it was just so funny. But yeah, I felt like we all had that moment. But I remember when I filmed that, I felt like I was on a music video. But we wanted it to be like a parody video of like where it was like, I'm trying to do a music video and somebody's ruining it, and you're just like, you're not going to let anybody faze you. And I just kind of like trajected my future. I'm not going to let anybody faze me. Anybody can get behind me, and I'm just going to keep on rocking it. But I love that, and I posted it, and everybody was like, right. It was hilarious.
That was so good. And I feel like now, too, you are such a confident person, like so secure in who you are. And was it easy for you to like get to that point? And maybe what would you tell somebody who's kind of not feeling that way right now? Because I know it's like a hard journey for a lot of people.
I would say I very much started off with, oh my God, I'm unique. I'm going to, this is me. And then I kind of lost it for a second. For a couple of years, I got a little too into what other people thought, and just wondering like, is it going to work with me being me? And then recently this year and last year, I mean, honestly, since I've been married, there's something about the confidence of finding the person that you love and them embracing like just every little thing about you that makes you yourself. And so I posted a picture of me on The Voice at 17 in January. And I said, if in 2020, I can just always be that fearless, unapologetic, fun, Baytown, sassy 17-year-old girl that auditioned for The Voice in 2020, then I've done what I'm supposed to in this year. So that's one thing I just keep on reminding myself. Am I being fearless? Am I being not worried about what anybody else thinks, but what I feel in my soul is right? And that's really helped me with this year. And so that's what my advice is to girls, is to like, or even anybody who's young and has a huge dream, just don't let anybody, take your eye off the prize, and realize that if the person to the right of you that has the same dream as you is maybe doing a little better at hitting that goal, it's okay, because everybody's journey is different, and to trust the process.
I love that. And so I want to switch a little bit and talk about the song that you just released on Chris Tomlin's album.
Yes.
It Chased Me Down. I love that song. It was so beautiful. So talk about like what it meant to you to release that, because I know that your faith is so important to you.
Well, honestly, it meant that it's been so cool to be able to put out a song about something that's so important to me, which is my relationship with God and my faith. I feel like that your relationship with, with whatever religion, for me, it's Christianity. For me, it's Jesus. Like, it changes as you get older, like, and it becomes your own thing. And for me, it's been a thing that's always been my foundation. And so to be able to take my faith and to write a song, like, it's the only Christian song I've written, okay? And to be able to write that and trust my gut with writing that song that day, and then sing it on Chris Tomlin's record with a legend in Christian music and somebody that I've looked up to in Christian music, it's just a dream come true. I think country music and Christian music, they go so well together, and it's really cool that Chris made a record that where we can all use our voices and sing a song about just our faith. And I think that I honestly think it was the most genius thing. And so to be able to be a part of that was a dream come true for me.
That record it's really good. So
it is a good record.
Yeah, and Tyler and Brian FGL are on that, and so they are Round Here Records, your record label. And so
Yes.
Baytown is your first EP on there. So what was it like to kind of release like a multi-song body of work and have their support all the way through?
Honestly, this record just seemed very seamless to me. It seemed like when I was figuring out where I wanted to go to release my next batch of music, I knew that Round Here Records is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be at a place where I was seen and I was valued and I was treated like family. And I love the Round Here Records family. I love BK and Tyler and their wives, and the culture that they have built at this company is unlike anything else I've ever seen. And so to be a part of it, to be kind of being in this process of where they're innovating this space is really awesome.
And I cannot wait until y'all get back out on the road together, because so many things on Baytown, like those are going to be party starters when you play those. Start to hear them.
I'm already thinking about what I want my record to be like. I mean, what I want my set to be like after releasing this record, and I'm so ready for it.
It's 2021. Fingers crossed for that. So much more to come from you, RaeLynn. Thank you so much for chatting in with us. And y'all, if you haven't listened to Baytown, go do it, because it's great.
Yes. Thank you so much, love.
RaeLynn.